Hi, best friends. Long time, no super dark driving video. The last time I did this, I think I was on my way home from Florida, or on my way to Florida, I don't remember. But either way, here we are. How's it going? I have just been driving around a little bit. I'm going to drive to Walgreens because unfortunately the Walmarts are not 24/7 anymore, which is just stupid. COVID ruined everything. But yeah, I just want somewhere to go, and my daughter's asleep, CJ's asleep, passport's going to sleep. Well, now she's probably panicking because I'm not home, and she's like, where did she go? She went outside to go potty and then she's gone. So I don't know about Peep, but my family is definitely sleeping. So I was just like, okay, I filmed a video and I set up to film a second video, and then I just sat there and I was watching ASMR, and I ended up watching, like sitting down and fully watching at least like 4 videos from 4 different creators. I just scrolled through my page and whatever was recommended, I just watched it, and I was just like so relaxed. I was so peaceful. And then I watched an older video of an older ASMR bombshell video, because that, well, first I was on my what do you call it, the recently uploaded from my subscribers page, and then after that I went on to like the home page of YouTube to see what it recommended. And I never do that ever, but I was just like, like, what's there? I might find somebody new, I don't know. But it ended up just recommending me that old video that I had already seen of ASMR bombshell, and I was like, I'll watch that again because I love her. But yeah, I was just watching that, and then I started watching the Do We Know Them podcast, and long story short, I just watched a bunch of shit. Sorry, stuff. I won't swear anymore in this video. Excuse my French. But I watched a bunch of stuff, and I was just feeling like inspired, but not inspired to make a video necessarily, just inspired in general as like a person to like go do something. And so I decided to go do that. But the main reason why was because I was like, I just want to drive somewhere and go walk around someplace. And I know it's going to sound like, oops, she's still manic, because I don't think I've updated you since then. But just so you guys know, I am not manic anymore. It's just a Friday night and I'm a mother and I'm looking for something fun to do. So I'm going to go to Walgreens and coupon. So yeah, I'm not manic anymore. I was put on 4.5 milligrams of Vraylar to make the mania go away, and then I was put on, I was taken off of my ADHD medication, and that was kind of like the update the last time I talked to you, I think. Since then, I felt for a couple days that I wasn't manic anymore, but I wasn't sure. I was just like, I don't know. I feel like I'm fine. But then I just wanted to make sure before I reached out to my psychiatrist. So I did that, and then I reached out to him and I was like, hey, I'm feeling better. And he asked me how long I'd been feeling better, and I told him, and then he said, he said, do you want to go down to 3 milligrams of Vraylar again? And I said, yes. So then I went down to 3 milligrams, stayed there for a few days, or a couple of days, I don't really remember exactly. And then I asked him one morning, because I was like so over not taking my ADHD meds anymore. I was literally filming and getting so frustrated every single day because I would film and I'd get to like the 6 to 8 minute mark and I just couldn't even do it anymore. Not because I didn't want to, because I wanted to so badly, but I literally just couldn't focus on it anymore. I couldn't think of anything else to say. I felt like I had said everything already. It was just really, really frustrating for me. So I was like, hey, the man who I lovingly refer to as Dr. Bob, because what better name for a psychiatrist could there be? not his real name, of course, but I was like, hey, Bob, what should I do about my ADHD medication? Should I start taking that again? And he said, yeah, you can start taking that again. And I was literally standing in my kitchen and I was like, thank God, out loud, and just immediately took my ADHD medication. So I've been back on that and feeling so much better. So much better. Like, even in the evening time when my ADHD meds wear off, I'm just feeling like I've just got it together. And I don't know if that's like a placebo or what. And every time, it's so weird to me, every time I mention medication in one of my videos, I get so many not so many, I get like 2, okay? But it's weird enough to where, and consistent enough to where I notice it, where people are like, oh, like, you're just, it's not like good for you, you shouldn't be on medication, you're becoming dependent on it. And it's just like, I get it, because I understand the fear of modern medicine, and I understand the fear of psychiatrists and medications, and like, ooh, they're just prescribing it to you so that they can get a kickback from it, and they're gonna make money off of you, and they're gonna keep you perpetually sick. Like, I get the fear. I'm a conspiracy theorist all day long, and I know that a lot of people will be like, it's not a conspiracy, it's real, because of the opioid epidemic that happened in our country, where the doctors were literally, and I don't know a lot about this by any means, but the doctors were getting a kickback every time they prescribed opioids. And so they just prescribed them to everybody for every reason, and started so many addictions, so many lifelong battles with addiction, life-ending battles with addiction, with people who were just trying to get help for a broken bone, a car accident, whatever the case may be. And yeah, that did happen, and that was real, but they've changed things from what I understand since then. And either way, modern medicine is a good thing. It helps people. It helps people, I swear it does. And it's helped me a lot. And there are certain things about it that I still don't like. Like, there are situations that arise where people are medicated, and I'm like, ooh, I don't know about that. Like, that doesn't feel right to me, but it's not my business. But like, you know, everybody's a human being and we're entitled to have our feelings. But what I don't understand is reaching out to a stranger and being like, you're dependent on those drugs. That's not medication you're taking. Those are drugs. And like, you're doing something bad. I just don't get that. Like, I just don't. And you know what blows my mind too? All these people on the road, like, I'm just looking at all of them like, where are you going? Because I know damn well every single store that I'm driving past is closed. The only freaking store in the entire world that's open right now is the Walgreens that I'm going to, which I never even go to unless it's the middle of the night and I want to go somewhere. Like, every single place is closed. So I'm like, where are all you people going? The bar? Like, home? I don't know. But yeah, I just find it odd that people comment on videos like that and just tell me those things, because it's like, what do you think you're gonna do? Like, change my life? I don't know. And maybe they do. Maybe they are just trying to help, but it just seems a little bit judgy-bo-budgy to me. But anywho, I also went to a fertility appointment today. I tell you guys everything, so I'm going to tell you about this. If you don't want to hear the gory details of sex and things, maybe turn off the video. But if you do, like, if you want to hear like the full story, I just filmed it for my Patreon today, so that's going to go on my Patreon, like exactly what the plan is going forward. But I'm going to tell you guys too, just because it's my life, and, you know, I'm going to tell you shit. So, or sorry, stuff. I'm going to tell you stuff. But, anyway, so I just got paranoid about the car next to me. I don't know why. Every once in a while I'll feel like that and just be like, ooh, they're a danger. Not sure why. Must be the anxiety. But, what was I saying? Oh yeah, but if you don't want to hear like some details, I would click off. But basically, we went to the fertility doctor today, and I was informed of a few things. Number one, if there is infertility happening, 40% of the time it's a problem with the female, 40% of the time it's a problem with the male, and 20% of the time it's a problem with nobody, and it's something unknown, the factor they can't figure out. And so CJ and I are both going to get tested for things. He's going to get tested in his own way, and I'm going to get tested in my own way. And then after that, I'm going to start testing for ovulation. I bought all of the stuff to test for ovulation like a year or two ago, and then I just never did it. I did a few times for like a week at a time, and then I just didn't. I don't even know why. It just kind of seemed like a lot of work, and I didn't want to put that pressure on myself to do that, because, you know, like, making a baby should be fun and easy. In an ideal world, it's like this fun, easy, cool thing that you get to do, and it just happens right away when you want it to, and it's like all magical and rainbows and stuff, right? But I didn't want it to turn into this thing where it was like, we have to do it on this day because I got these test results this morning when I put a stick in my cup of pee. Like, I didn't want to have to make it like that. But that's what it is. And so that's okay. And we're going to try that for 3 months. And then after that, if we are still not with child, we are going to try these hormones that basically release multiple eggs at one time instead of just releasing one egg every month. And she was like, the only downside, so the plus side about that is that it gives you a lot more chances of getting pregnant. The downside of that is that, and this is assuming it's like a me problem, right? Or a problem with timing or something. But she was like, the downside about that is that you could end up with twins. And both CJ and I at the same time were like, oh, that's not really a downside. So that is a possibility, of course, as well, which is funny because my whole life I've always said that I would end up with twins. Twin girls is what I always said. And I said I would name them Elizabeth and Isabella. And if in my life I ended up not having twins, I would name my daughter Elizabella as like a combination of the twins' names that I never had. And I just always thought that I would have twin girls. And then, like, I kind of grew out of that because people would tell me, like, oh, it's not likely because, like, we don't know any twins in our family and whatever. But then when CJ, because, like, this is where I look like a bad guy, okay? And I don't want to sound like a bad guy, but I'm also not going to lie. Like, this is the truth. I don't want to have a boy. I'm used to having girls. I like having a girl. I like that I could reuse all of her girly stuff with my next girl. I like girls. I think girls are great. And other people's boys are fantastic. And I have met so many sweet boys that are just like perfect. Like, if I could have a son, I would want him to be just like this, right? And I love certain boys that I've met, but I also have met boys that are just wild. And, like, boys in general are more aggressive. They break things. They're just more wild. And that's fine. That's just how they are. But it's just something that I don't feel like I am called to be a mom of a boy. And someday when I have my son and I love him more than anything else in the entire world, you guys can throw that up in my face and be like, remember when you said, and I'm gonna laugh and be like, I know, I was adamant I didn't want a boy, and now look at me, I'm a boy mom. Like, I throw it up in my face, feel free. But until that day, I do not want a boy. I just don't. And that's fine. And here's the thing, that makes me look like a total biatch, especially for moms of boys. But I genuinely, like, it's socially acceptable and socially okay that boys or men are like, I want my boy, you know, and they want to have their boy, and oh, we can't stop trying because we want our boy. And that's socially acceptable and socially fine, and everybody accepts that and thinks that that's like, oh, he needs a boy. Like, everybody says that, right? And it's fine for men. But when I say I don't want a boy, suddenly it's like, well, why not? And everybody's so grossly offended. And I'm just like, because I don't wanna. Like, that's just me, whatever. So but CJ does really want a boy, right? And I always have thought, because he said he only wants 2 kids, CJ does, and he wants like a boy for sure. So he's like, if we have 2 kids and they're both girls, then I'm willing to try a 3rd time to have a boy. And even if that means that we end up with 3 girls and 3 kids, which I only want 2, but if that's what it is, I would like to try a 3rd time to have a boy. And I always joked, because we had Rosie, I was like, watch, I get pregnant next time with twin girls, and then we have 3 kids and we're done for sure, and I get all my girls and whatever. Like, that's my joke. And if that's mean, whatever, that's my joke that I've always said. And so now it's like, what if I did have twin girls? What if that is real life and I have manifested this my whole life? Like, that would be insane, right? And so the idea of it is kind of exciting to me. Honestly, obviously, I hope that we get pregnant like on our own, and we don't need any of the special hormone thingies or whatever. Like, I'm hopeful of that for myself, but at the same time, like, if we did have multiples, how cool would that be, right? I think I could be like a good twin mom. I love Mary Kate and Ashley. I love Grace V and Maddie. Like, they're like, you know, cool. So I think I could be a good twin mom, but yeah. And my mom and I were talking about it today, and she was just like, wouldn't it be so cool if you had a twin boy and girl? And I was like, yeah, but Mom, I'm not gonna have, like, it's so ingrained in my brain that I never even considered that as a possibility. Like, it was either you have 2 girls or like you don't have twins. I don't know. Like, I just can't even wrap my brain around the thought of having a boy. So anyway, that's just kind of funny, and I just wanted to share that a little bit. Now I'm in like a public parking lot, so I'm like, ooh, scary. The anxiety again. But yeah, that's, oh, my seatbelt. That's kind of the tea on that, is that we're like trying now to have a baby, and they ordered labs for me to test a few things, like to test my thyroid again, because apparently my thyroid levels were normal, but not normal levels if you're trying to conceive. If you're trying to conceive, okay. So like, if you're looking at the thyroid levels, normal is, let's just say, between 0 and 5. And mine was at like 4.2 or something. So it was normal. And I was like, no, my thyroid levels are normal. And she checked them and she was like, no, hun, they're high. And I was like, but it says normal on the chart. And she was like, well, if you're trying to conceive, we actually want that number to be under 2.5. And I was like, oh, so my thyroid levels are high for trying to conceive. So we're going to test my thyroid levels, test my like testosterone, test my LH, my FSH, my all the FHSs. I don't know. We're going to test all the things. And I'll make that appointment in the next like 2 weeks. So yeah. And then for the next 3 months, we're going to be testing my ovulation and doing the deed and everything. And if I don't get pregnant, then we're going to try something else. This is all, again, keeping in mind that everything is completely normal between me and completely normal between CJ and his parts. So, yeah. And she thinks that what her guess was that it was just a timing issue. So it's not so much of a something's wrong here. It's more of a we're not getting it on the right day kind of thing. So that's the scoop. Obviously, I'll keep you updated. You know me. If I get pregnant, you'll be the first to know. Well, probably you would be the first to know, but then I forget to upload the video, and then you just like don't hear from me for 2 weeks, and then you're the first to know. But no, everybody will know. Like I can't keep that a secret to save my life. I told everybody at like 4 weeks or 5 weeks the last time I was pregnant. So guaranteed that'll happen again. But anyway, that's that. I just wanted to update you. I'm at the Walgreens right now. Really, I just wanted somebody to talk to. I just wanted to drive around and talk. I even reached out to a couple of my friends earlier in the night to try to like talk to them because CJ went to bed early. And I did my work, and in between videos that I was filming, I was like, hey friend, just checking in. Then I would film another one and be like, hey friend, just checking in, and nobody got back to me. So I was like, well, I'll just talk to my besties because it's been a while since I've gotten to talk to you anyway. So yeah, that is that. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. If you want to see like the full exactly like day to day what the plan is going to be for my baby making journey, that will be on my Patreon this month. But I did pretty much give you like the scoop here, so you don't have to like go check that out or anything, but it just, if you want to and you want more details, that is that. But wow, people are driving crazy around here. Oh my gosh, I love you very much, and I will talk to you again so soon. I promise. Bye guys.